Got tired of editing. Go live. YouTube. What's up? All right. So, I decided to go live. I had a video done. I was gonna start like editing it. Like I had it. Look, look at this. So I was ready to start editing and all that good stuff. I was ready, and I was just like, man, you know what? This is better served on a live stream so I can answer questions and all that stuff because it's a dope topic. I mean, the video was lit to me. JFADEIT did a really good job on it. Did a really good job on that video. My only thing is I don't know if it was that fair with all the extra funny stuff, but it was entertaining to say the least, and I enjoyed watching it. My only thing about it was who was there representing the Barber students. Like both of them both took apprentice programs. Both of them took apprentice programs, and one of them owned a barber school. But that's kind of like a NBA GM, you know, speaking for the players. I don't know if that works. So I wanted to give my thoughts, my insight on it. And if you guys have questions, of course, we'll do Q&A and all that stuff. First, I wanted to define the two. If you guys could smash the like button, I would really appreciate it. So first, let's define the two, right? So like programs, apprenticeship programs is pretty much finding a barber who is willing to sponsor you and mentor you for the next 2 years or so, right? And once you do that, you can go take your state board exam and get your license. And then barber school is just that. It's you go to barber school. They're supposed to teach you how to cut hair, teach you all the state laws and sanitation and chemicals and all kinds of stuff. And then once you're done with the hours, you're eligible to go take your state board exam. Typically, barber school takes half the time as an apprenticeship program. There are some apprenticeship programs that take like 4 times the amount of a barber school. Now, I'm gonna clear the air for y'all. And here's why I say I am because I've taught in about 100 different cities to thousands of barbers, literally thousands, if not tens of thousands of barbers in the last year or so. And I've heard, I've listened to people's complaints and people's experiences with different things. So this is what I want to tell you guys. They both suck. They both suck. None of them you're going to sacrifice on both in both lanes. Like nobody gets points for less sacrifice in either of those because JFADEIT and his boy, they quit their jobs, they were comfortable, and they sacrificed because they took a risk to do barbering, having to build a clientele, not knowing what was next. You know what I'm saying? So that is sacrifice, and you don't know what you gotta. It is sacrifice. But barber school, I'm gonna tell you from my experience, it sucked too. Like, and I know, for example, if you guys know who Yo Fonz is, this dude used to work his overnight job, sleep in his car in the school parking lot so that he can clock in and go to school, to go into his job, and not he would not go home for 5 days straight, bro, because he was going to school, literally sleeping in his car, b like. But yo, that I ain't gonna lie, like look at him now. I feel like either way, it doesn't matter what individual you know this is for you and you're gonna win. It don't matter what lane you take. But I can tell you this, okay? For me, I couldn't have taken the apprenticeship route because although people think apprenticeship is more flexible than barber school, that's not always true. That's mostly not true. And here's why I'll tell you. Because barber schools work on a clock in, clock out basis, right? And most barber schools have a day class and a night class. Most barber shops have shop hours, and that's it. And most shop hours are surround around business hours, right? Like that's when you're open for a shop. Me, I had a job as a general manager at a fast food restaurant, and that job paid pretty good, decent. Let me see if we can reconnect. I don't know what happened. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? All right, I'm back. So what I was saying is, like, I couldn't quit my job. I had to keep that job, and I had to kind of figure it out. And here's what I would do. If I had a shift that was from like 11 to 7, I would go in at 8:30, clock in, get those little 2 hours that added up throughout the week. So you do 2 hours times five, that's 10. That's 10 hours. And then it would be open Saturday, and I would just clock in from 8:30 all the way till close, and I get my 12 hours in for that day. And before you know, I got 22 hours for the week, and I did it all around my job that was paying my bills that I knew for a fact was going to take care of my family. I couldn't take that risk and go apprenticeship. The other thing is, half the states in this country, most people don't have that opportunity. The other thing is, who the hell wants to learn from one person? Like, I'm sorry, but not like 1% of 1% of people have the opportunity to go through an apprenticeship with Chuka. Most of the people offering apprenticeships are Bob, who's been doing the same haircut for the last 50 years, who's still charging 10 bucks, who can't tell you about marketing and building a brand and all that stuff. Like, yo, if I had the opportunity with Chuka all day, of course, no brain, I'm going with Chuka all day. But I will tell you this, if I had the opportunity between Chuka apprenticeship and Tyreek Jackson's barber school, whoa, that changes the argument a little bit, because again, my circumstances are different. So the other thing you got to look at, one of the arguments was barber school's 20 racks and apprenticeship was 2 racks. Well, guys, we got to define this, right? Check this out. So my wife went to Summit Redken Cosmetology School. It was $20,000. She came out of her pocket 3,500, right? She didn't pay 20 racks because that's what financial aid came in for. They came in and they covered the majority of that tuition. And this is where barber schools are kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're abusing that a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Like, they understand that they're not taking money from the students. They're taking money from Sally Mae. Taking money from the government. And they know as long as they have financial aid, it doesn't matter if they charge 20, 30, or 50. And trust me, one day, as long as this is as financial aid is offered, barber schools are gonna skyrocket up there. Look at what's going on with regular conventional universities, right? So they know that the students that don't have to cover that, everybody's good because Sally Mae gonna take care of it, right? And for the most part, with all the pensions and stuff, like between subsidized loans or even grants in general, like my wife only came out of pocket 3,500, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a matter of fact, they'll give you a subsidized loan so that you can actually live off of it. So I'll give you an example. They calculated my wife would need about $5,000 for the program to live on, right? And they gave her that loan on top of it, subsidized if she wanted to take it. Um, I don't know, man. Like, so I get that route, but then in the apprenticeship route, yeah, it's 2 racks. But I'm gonna tell you this from my experience, most barbers, they're charging for you to be there. So you're either going to be paying a premium on booth rent, or you're going to be paying them a premium on commission. You might be making actually a hourly rate as opposed to whatever you're cutting, and the barber keeps the bread on the side. I've even heard of barbers messaging me saying, "Yo, I went through an apprenticeship program. I'm done, but the barber I apprenticed under, he wants another 2 racks out of nowhere, or he's not going to give my paperwork to the state." Damn, I did those 2 years for nothing. But then you hear about kids who go to barber school and the barber school closes down on them, right? Out of nowhere. And what do you do now? You got to find another barber school. You did all that for nothing, right? So here, this is what I'm going to tell you guys. Number one, apprenticeship ain't for everybody. It wasn't for me. I would 100 times over 100 times go to barber school. Okay. This the instructors, they're not gonna teach you nothing. But I can tell you on $2 Tuesdays and $2 Thursdays, I put in about 40 haircuts. You know what I mean? I got the reps in. I looked at YouTube. I did continued education, and I learned that way, right? And then you're gonna go through apprentice programs where the majority of them, like 99 out of 100, they not gonna like you still gonna be on YouTube. You know what I mean? Um, Now, I will say this: if everybody was Chuka or Tyreek, man, like it would be a beautiful world, and I think it needs to be this way. I think both options are necessary. Apprenticeship works for some people. Barber school works for others. Barber school was what worked for me. They're both necessary. What I wish was that we elevated the quality of both programs, right? That's what I wish. And we educated people on what to expect, how to find a good mentor for your apprenticeship program, how to find a good school, right? Like if you're going to a school and when you're going for orientation or when you're going for the school visit, you see it's dead, that's a concern. You got no business going to that school, right? So I don't know. Let's see what Concise says. My commission is 25%, no additional funds. School I had to pay since I had my bachelor's degree already. Wife in cosmetology school now, still coming out of pocket. So for my situation, apprenticeship was good for me. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And like I said, like it's different for everybody, bro. And here's if it's taking you 2 years to do apprenticeship and it's taking you 9 months, 10 months for barber school, you're paying a premium. Like for me, time is so valuable to me. I want my license, bro. Like I'm willing to pay the premium. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good barber schools out there that are $6,000, $7,000. They're not 20 G's. And the reason why the biggest difference, if you want to find a school that is like 6 G's as opposed to 20, you got to late. A school with financial aid, they're never going to have a tuition of 6 G's because they know they can get 20 all day, every day. And they know that it gives more students opportunities because the ones that can't afford six can't afford 20 because the government's paying for it, right? But the guys who can afford six, they can go through it quickly and they can pay a small loan to cover their tuition. Yeah, but you get Edwin. You're nothing without your license, but you can get your license as an apprentice. So I don't understand what the relevance of this video for this video is. But yo, I'm gonna tell you, like, I commend both. I commend JFADEIT like crazy. Like him and his Rich Barber team, they're doing an amazing thing. Concise 9 months instead of 2 years. Well, let's look at it. Okay, so there's 26 states that allow you to do it. Arkansas only requires 60 days. And the reason why is because I believe Arkansas is a state that has completely abolished the barber program. There is no such thing as barber programs anymore. So that's why it's quick for Arkansas. If you don't want any regulation on barbering, then move to Arkansas, right? Um, California is 3,200 hours. Alabama is 2,000 hours. Delaware is 3,000 hours. Um, Washington, D.C. is 1,500 hours. Georgia is 3,000 hours. Louisiana is 4,000 hours. Guys, 4,000 hours is like 3.5 years. Um, Maryland is 2,500 hours. Massachusetts is at least 18 months. Minnesota's 1,500 hours. Missouri's 2,000. I don't know how your boy, New York is 2 years minimum. I don't know how anyone's completing it in 9 months. So I haven't found anyone besides Washington, 1,200 hours. That might be possible. Um, so yeah, I think they're playing with the numbers a little bit. So yeah, so you guys are throwing the numbers out there. No, Florida, you guys are throwing out school hours. I'm talking about apprenticeship hours. And if you notice, the school hours are like half of the apprenticeship hours. We're talking apprenticeship hours. Apprenticeship hours are typically twice as long. So like, look, New York, if you go to barber school, it's 600 hours, guys. That's like 5 months, 4 months. Um, for apprenticeship, it's 2 year minimum. Most apprenticeships that like barbers want to make money off of it. They don't want the extra, unless you're boys with them. They don't want the extra workload, having to report things to the state and all this stuff. Most of the time, like Concise, you're lucky that it was only 25% commission, bro. Because most of the time they gonna tax you, or you're gonna get paid an hourly, or there's gotta be an exchange, bro, for that sponsorship. Oh man. So, but again, I'm not against either or. I can tell you that I would have chose barber school time and time again. Like, dude, I was cutting like 40 heads a week, like a month into barber school. The amount of practice I was getting, bro, is priceless. Hey, yo, Cody got a point. You can pay someone to get papers done. Yeah, he's got a point. You can do something illegal. Yeah, he's got a point. I remember my dad was a truck driver, and he knew a lot of guys because he's Hispanic. He don't, he wasn't. I'm first generation born here. He was an immigrant, so he knew a lot of guys that were paying for their truck driving licenses, and it was going great. And for like 4 years, it went great. Do you know that they backtracked and they found every single person who took that route and literally cut them off? Cody, no offense, but I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Come on. It's me, bro. It's me. I know what you're talking about. The paperwork is legit. This is how they do it. This this is how they do it, Cody. You pay a school, they write it off, right? And what they do is they submit it to the state saying that you attended the school and that you got all your hours. And then you're eligible, you go to the state and you take your exam. What happens when the school gets caught? What happens when that person gets caught who's doing all this? You don't think they have all the paperwork? Every single individual, they can go right in and do an investigation. And if the school's been doing it 10 years, they can backtrack all 10 years and you're cut off, bro. Come on. Like, come on, bro. It is definite a barber school. It is illegal for a barber school to do that. No, it's not about you not slipping. It's about the school. And when you've done 1,000, yo, you must be like 17 years old, bro. If things slip through the crack all the time, B. Come on. To me, it's not worth it. Why pay a school 2 racks when you could pay a school five and get it legit? Just do the damn time. So yeah, man. If you guys do you guys have any more questions on the topic? Like, and I'm gonna be real with you. Like, you probably, I'm not worried about the illegal way. How many hours is it for Virginia apprenticeship? So Virginia, I'm not sure if Virginia doesn't give apprenticeship. There's no Virginia apprenticeship. That's what I'm saying. Half of the states don't take apprenticeship. Do you learn things in school that you don't in apprenticeship? Look, from my experience, no. And this is why, because everything's in the book. I was in barber school, even though the teacher was instructing it, I wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention. Like, I didn't care at the time. And it's the same book you're gonna have, even if you're apprenticeship. If you care, you're gonna get the same information. You're gonna read from the book. If you care, you can Google everything. Like, if you care, you can go buy a Milady's Barber School book. I have one right now a bunch of times. Let me show you guys. All right, maybe I loaned the book out, but this is the workbook for it. So like, so I'll be honest. Like, you're not gonna learn. You're gonna learn more for YouTube, more for continued education than you are either way. Because I don't teach you guys sanitation. I don't teach you guys about state laws. I don't teach you guys about chemical services. I don't teach you guys about. There's a lot of stuff in this book that you don't learn on YouTube. But go get the book and learn it. Can you cross over from barber school to an apprenticeship? I'm not sure, but why would you want to if you're already in barber school? Just Google Milady Barber book. Unless you go to Paul Mitchell. I haven't heard the best things about Paul Mitchell either. Just get a mentor. I don't know, man. I don't like to learn off of one person, man. And there's like people ask me all the time who was my mentor. My mentor is not anyone in the barber world, bro. Like if I could have had Chuka coming up as a mentor all day, if I could have had Pacinos, if I could have had people that are where I want to be, if I could have had them as mentors all day, but how hard is that? That's gonna be really, really hard to find. Oh, while in school, a mentor, guys, you can and listen, books are amazing. Not even, listen, not everyone can teach. So one of the things Tyreek was talking about is just because you can cut really good hair doesn't mean you can teach. I don't know how this like he had a point. There's a lot of famous barbers who are on stage just because they have a following and be there. They can't teach you. They can't they're doing onto paper for you. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's a difference between a great barber and a great educator. There's a difference between a great educator, a great barber, and a great business owner. You know what I'm saying? They're just because you can cut good hair, you got a full clientele, don't mean you know how to run a barbershop or build a product line or build a barber school. Just because you're a great educator, don't make you a great barber either. There's some great educators that can't cut hair. No offense, but they're good educators. So sorry, 10:07. Yeah, there's 157 people on here. Y'all are quiet. What's up, man? Talk to me. I don't know. I don't know, Nate. I don't know that. I don't know that. What's the most important thing to teach my apprentice? So, like this, there's a lot of things I would take right off. Right off. Like you can't teach hard work. You can't teach ambition. You can't teach professionalism. A lot of times, people are just who they are. What you can teach them is what you can teach them are things that are duplicatable, right? How to cut hair in a timely basis. You can teach them that not every haircut has to be perfect. You can teach them that 80% of building clientele got nothing to do with how nice your haircut is. You can teach them about running a schedule, about your finances. You can teach them about getting loans. Teach them the things that are important for long-term success. And never, ever, ever, ever think for a second that they're any different than you. One day they want to be a business owner too, a barbershop owner. I feel like I see it all the time where mentors or sponsors, they want to keep somebody underneath their shop or expect them to be so loyal that they'll always work underneath them. No, you got to expect these guys to want to be better than you. If they're learning from you, they should one day be better than you, right? Like that's my goal. Like I feel like 10 years from now, I'm gonna be looked at as a whack barber because everyone we've been giving, all these YouTube barbers and all these educators have been giving game to, they're taking this information and they're gonna evolve it to something even bigger and better. So I expect it. I expect it. So that's my thing. I mean, just put people first, man. I think if as long as you genuinely care about that person's success, you can teach them a lot, man. I just feel like sometimes we got the wrong um ideas, the wrong ideas when it comes to how we mentor people. Apprenticeships don't most apprenticeships don't get you shop ready. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, bro. Because yo, if I apprentice under the owner of the first shop I worked at, I would not be where I am today. I can tell you that right now, this second. If I apprenticed under the first shop that I worked at, my license, they would be teaching me the wrong way to be shop ready. Their shop ready ain't what I believe is shop ready today. You understand what I'm saying? That's my point, guys. Like, we can say it gets you shop ready. No, the hell it ain't, because most barbershops are whack. Most barbershops are not professional. Most barbershops don't charge their worth. We say this all the time. So how you going to tell me that on a make a general, and I'm not getting at you. I'm just, I speak passionate about this. How you going to tell me in a general statement that that apprenticeships get you shop ready? No, the hell they don't. So, and I'm just like, this ain't a secret, guys. We both know this. We all know this. We've been customers before. We've gone to barbershops and opened the door when no one says hi. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've gone to barbershops where people are smoking weed, smell like weed, where they're cursing, where they're playing music I can't take my kids into. Like, where barber schools, I ain't gonna lie, they're no better. They're no better. You just gotta pick and choose. You gotta choose the best of both evils. You know what I mean? Which poison you gonna drink? And hope you come out all right. What I can do is try to prepare you for both. Right? So, like, if I'm looking for a mentor, he better be where I hope to be one day. And then I want to sit down and I want to see if he genuinely cares about me, or if there's something in it for him. Like, do you like, what can I do for you? And what I would ask is, what do you expect from me as your mentee, um 5 years from now? If all he's is how I'm gonna help him, that's probably not the place for me. But if he starts talking big vision and saying, I hope to see you one day be the best barber in the city. I hope to see you making six figures. I hope to see you, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he's talking to me like that, then that's where I want to be. And then if you go to a barber school and you're looking at a barber school to see what's the best possible school for you, you know, see, like, number one, it I want I want to see what it comes with, right? Like, if you're giving me some $20 clippers and I'm paying you 20 racks, the school is all about its money. And it's not gonna be the place for you. Now, if I go to the school and I see the floor is busy, they're pumping them out. There's 50 stations and everybody's cutting hair. You see people in the waiting area. If I see signs that say $2 Tuesdays and $2 Thursdays, that's because doesn't care about the haircut money. They care about getting people through the doors so that their students can get reps, right? So, like, that's like, and I feel like there are more opportunities for people to go to a good school because every state has schools. There's more opportunities for people to find a good school than there is to find a good apprenticeship program. That's my thing. So that's my biggest argument. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I really get, and most importantly, guys, listen. If you've watched JFADEIT's video and now you're watching mine, and we got you going like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Just do something. Right? You got this information now. You've already been thinking about it way too long. No matter what, if you are on YouTube and this is your passion, you're going to be good, bro. No matter what, you're going to be good. So even if for you make a mistake and school probably would have been the better opportunity, a better choice for you, you're still going to make it as an apprentice and vice versa. It's all good. Just get started, man. Get started. So I want to see in the comments, apprenticeship or barber school. Sincere Rodriguez, I appreciate that. And if you're enjoying this live stream, smash the like button, man. It helps the channel out, guys. So, school, apprenticeship. I'm glad barber school. I'm glad I watched this live, bro. Thank you, man. I'm glad you were on too. So we got a lot of barber school, Joshua McClain. Like the emojis. Apprenticeship, dope. Okay, so I mean, we got more schools than we have apprenticeship. Yeah, concise. That's a great way to put it, Nate. Barber school if you can, apprenticeship if it approaches you. Absolutely. So, and again, you do make money in barber school because you make the tips. So it just depends on whether, like, some apprenticeships you only get paid minimum wage, or some apprenticeships they do like a commission thing, or some apprenticeships they just do booth rent, you come in. But at the same time, if you're there to learn, you might start off as an apprentice and do one haircut a day. Like, you didn't do this whole apprentice thing to make money, bro. You did it to learn. You did it to get your license, to prepare you for the barber industry. If you're gonna go to apprenticeship because you think you're gonna make, because you're going for money, I got something to tell you. The rich barber lounge or studio, that, like, barbershops ain't turning chairs like that, bro. They're not putting hair on the floor like that. That's not your typical barbershop, right? So if you think you're gonna go to apprenticeship because you're gonna make money there, that's not what you're doing this for, bro. You're doing it to learn. You're doing it to get reps. You're doing it to get your license and to get mentorship. I'm gonna tell you right now. Most apprentices are gonna come into a barbershop and they're lucky, if they get a few haircuts a day. Where my barber school, bro, I was doing 40 haircuts at least a week, bro. At least. I would get tired of cutting hair. And one of the barber instructors would have to, like, motivate me and force me. Chris, can you please do one more? It's 8 o'clock at night. Can you please do one more haircut, please? We need your help. You get what I'm saying? Like, so if that's your idea that that's the difference, that's not the truth. And in barber school, I was getting tips, so I would make an extra couple $100 a week just off of tips, and that was just my experience. I am coming to Tennessee. I'm coming to Nashville, October 30th, I believe. Bro, I'm 42 and started barbering school this month. Should have done it 20 years ago. Congratulations, man. Congratulations, bro. That's amazing, man. Super happy for you, bro. It doesn't matter if you started 20 years ago, if you started, today. It doesn't matter. As long as you started, man, and you love it and you appreciate it and it's your passion, that's amazing. If you're gonna do apprenticeship, honestly, I feel like you got to do more. Get into books, go to classes, get on the online academy. You got to train yourself more than what was given from the owner. I absolutely agree with you, Nate. And I don't know why I deleted your comment. That was an accident. Um, Paul Mitchell invisible changes are some of the best schools for shear training. How do you feel about charges significantly more than the master barber during an apprenticeship? How do you feel about charges significantly more than master barber during? I don't understand the question. So long, guy. What's up, bro? Long time no talk. And it will be open to the public or what? Jose, what are you talking about? What's the next big convention to go to? Oh yeah, the Nashville one. Yeah, that's open to the public. All of my classes on tomb45academy.com. Tomb45academy.com has the online academy, but it also has the actual physical classes as well. And there's a list of everything I'm a part of. So any expo I'll be at, anywhere I'm at, you can see my schedule there. I'm literally gonna be gone for like 11 days straight. Just teaching, man. I'm not gonna see my family for 11 days straight. Uh, you have to interview them both and get them both, get informed and make the best. Exactly, exactly. I'm 35 and currently an apprentice, learning online at top, going to barbers. That's what's up. He charges $10. I want to charge top. And then you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that. Go to another shop. That's the beauty of capitalism. You can yo, $10 is too cheap. You gotta go somewhere else. Drove to Tampa to grab the compressor and it's fire, bro. Never thought I get into that side of barber. Sincere, that's crazy. If you did a if you did a barber school, would you offer both like school side and apprenticeship for those that can't get financial aid and show skills to do it? Nate, in Florida, I can't do. I'm gonna tell you this about Florida. Check this out. Check this out. So I've been trying to open a barber school for some time now, and I've been learning some things along the way. So number one, you cannot take financial aid until you've been open for 2 years. Now, in those 2 years, that doesn't mean you get financial aid. That means you are eligible. So once you put in your paperwork and you go through the process of finally getting financial aid, that could take up to 3 years, guys. Anywhere from 1 year to 3 years. So people say, how come the barber schools keep the money from the haircuts? And how come they're charging so much? Well, for a lot of barber schools, that's the only way they can stay open. That's the only real income that they have coming in because they have instructors they got to pay, they got licenses they got to pay, they have to pay NAFSA crazy fees so that they can eventually get eligible for financial aid. They got to pay all this money. They got a lot of overhead. So the tuition money, it really don't cover everything, yo. And the haircut money is like people open businesses to make money. People put their life savings into a business to hopefully live the American dream. And people get mad at people for like trying to do it. Like you mad because people don't have opportunities like you think they should, but the moment they try to get that opportunity, it's like, yo, you greedy, right? Like, yo, no. So a lot of times the haircut money, what I notice is when a school doesn't take financial aid, haircuts are like $10 a cut, right? But when a school offers financial aid, then it's easy. They can do $5 haircuts, they can do $6 haircuts, they can do $2 haircuts because they don't depend on the haircut money so much. And then the cheaper the haircuts, obviously, the more walking traffic that comes in. Does that make sense? So it's crazy to me. The other thing that's crazy to me is that in Florida there is no barber instructor curriculum. So people try to judge me because I've been traveling the world educating, and now people are calling me an educator, but I'm really just a YouTuber. I'm not a real educator because I don't have a barber's instructor's license. Here's the thing. In Florida, there is no barber instructor program to get your license. I can open a school tomorrow without barber's instructor's license and hire Bobby the barber, and he is now eligible to be a barber instructor. That's Florida. So yeah, man, the system is not set up for you to learn how to cut hair, yo. The system is set up for you to learn to protect the public. And what I mean by that is know all the state laws and know how to practice safely so that you don't get sued or so that you don't hurt someone or pass the disease like HIV, right? Pretty serious shit, like pretty serious stuff. You can give someone HIV, bro. You know what I mean? So so with that being said, like you can't really do both. Like I can do it in my barbershops. For example, if Florida had an apprenticeship program, yeah, we would have an apprenticeship program through the barbershop and we would have the barber school as well. As a matter of fact, if Florida offered apprenticeship, we would have been doing apprenticeships already. Like we got plenty of barbershops. We open them all the time. You know what I'm saying? So yo, I'm giving you guys so much. So this is kind of some of the stuff that I do on the online academy. Like for example, anything that I learn, I try to put it through there. So like right now, I'm putting together the biggest event I've ever put together. Um, what Cody said, if you cut as much as you can talk, you would be a millionaire. Cody, you don't know much about me then. So what I'm saying is, like right now, I'm putting together the biggest event of my life. We're expecting 300 people. And like that's to me, that's a pretty big event. And the thing is, it's not a barber battle. It's not an expo. There will be no vendors. There will be no barber battle. It's gonna be a main stage and education. You know what I'm saying? It's a main stage and education. There's gonna be 300 people there, and there's gonna be like I'm excited for it. But there's a lot of trials and tribulations and challenges for putting together a big event, right? Like you start learning about these convention centers and how they operate, these after parties and how you put them together. Um, like all kinds of still on here, B. Okay, so so you guys get what I'm saying. Like all this information, one day you guys are gonna want to have your own expo. One day, you guys are gonna want to have your own barber battle or your own main stage education. And guys, you can book these barbers, right? So like if you love educators and you feel like you got your city on lock and you can sell some tickets, man, do your own damn event. Pay these guys, fly them in, right? And now you're the promoter of this thing and you can make some money. You can make some money on the side. So what I'm trying to do is I'm giving you guys a little bit of ROI on your investment with barbers with the online academy, and I'm sharing with you everything that I'm learning as I'm putting this event together so that one day you can too. Does that make sense? You but Alfonso say he bought the Dyson. Ah, yeah, the Dyson blow dryer is crazy, bro. You know what's funny, guys? And I don't mean to brag. I just saw somebody talked about the shops that I own. That is my smallest income. Besides, so YouTube is my smallest income, but the barbershops are my second least income, right? And I'm not trying to tell you guys to brag. What I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to inspire you guys, right? Like a lot of times you guys look up to people because they have really good haircuts, really dope work. What I'm telling you is there are so many things you can do in this industry. There's so many opportunities. Like, oh my gosh, if I could show these that I've seen, man, because some of you guys have been on YouTube, or you're not yet in the industry, or you're aspiring to be, and you're passionate about it. You just don't know yet, right? But what I can tell you is, guys, if you put your passion into this industry, man, it is crazy the opportunities, guys, the opportunities in this industry, and it's wide open because as old as this craft is, right, since ancient Egyptian times, really it's been stagnant for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been stagnant for so long. Well, right now it's becoming cool to be a barber. Right now, the whole world is into barbering. So Devin Searles asks, "How did I start out?" You know what's even crazier? I started this YouTube channel a little over 3 years ago, and I've documented the entire journey. What gets the least views has the entire story, right? My vlogs don't get no views, but I've documented this whole thing from the from when we started making from opening our second barbershop to starting Tomb 45 to our first expo where we came in with a 10 by 10 booth and we were scared. This was the day we launched the shave gel and we sold 700 bottles. I documented all of this stuff, man. Like you don't have to ask me this stuff. I don't have to tell you this stuff because you can go and watch it. That's the crazy part. You can go and watch it. We started this journey in 2015, guys, in 2015, and it's been documented. I could show you better than I could tell you, so go watch the videos. You like a few people who say my last name the correct way. Salute to you. You're a great example, Chris. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate it, man. I'll see you in Atlanta. So, yeah, man. I've been on this live a little bit longer than I planned on it, but oh, and shout out to the dude who gave me $2, man. Hey, all right. So my least amount of income is live streams. I make $2, but I appreciate it. But you guys get like this. There's so many ways, so many sources of incomes in this world. And what's crazy is it doesn't just have to be in the barber industry. So watch what I do, not what I say. Think about it. You can make money behind a chair, and you can sell product in your shop. That's another source of income that you're not trading time for money, selling product in the shop. Then you can open up your own barber shop and you can do booth rate, you can do commission, but now you're making money off of other people's work. You're leveraging other people's time. And then you can go and you can put some of this money into real estate and make passive income, right? Like I bought my first house, I was 23 years old, I believe I was. And in 2 years, the value of the house went up like $70,000. Johnny, appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. Like These are all sources of income, right? We haven't talked about the product line. We haven't talked about YouTube. We haven't talked about um, the online education. We haven't talked about the education tour. I've done 100 cities in less than a year, guys. We haven't talked about private classes, paying people. There's so many different avenues that you can make money. The problem is everybody's so worried about a dope haircut. You could be booked without giving out a blurry fade. You could be making 2 racks a week in the barbershop without giving out a blurry fade. Because for some reason, we go to barber school, we start watching YouTube videos, or we start paying attention to Instagram barbers, and we think that our clients expect the same thing. Bro, go to a mall, count 100 heads. 5 of them might be clean. You feel me? Like 5 of them might be clean. And what you guys are so focused on are the things that I don't look up to. Like people ask me all the time, who inspires you? Like, and when I ask that question, everyone's inspired by dope haircuts, and it's not to knock nobody, but yo, I'm inspired by Jay-Z. I'm inspired by Warren Buffett. I'm inspired by Mark Cuban. I'm inspired by Gary Vee. I'm inspired by Chuka the Barber. I'm inspired by Pacino's. I'm inspired. Notice, notice what I'm inspired by. I give a damn about how blurry your fade is. Don't get me wrong. I'm passionate. This is an art to me. I want to be the best possible barber I can be because that allows me to also teach people and help people. And legacy is so important to me that I understand that the only way you build a legacy. Wow, Joel, $10. Thanks, B. Appreciate it. The only way you build a legacy, guys, is by touching as many lives as you can while you're on earth so that you can live on. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, if anything that I can learn, I try to pass on because the more people I help, that's the game right there. It's the legacy, bro. That's the game. I don't know about you guys, and I'm about to get a little deep here, but I have friends who have passed away that it isn't until I get a reminder on Facebook, a timeline reminder. You know how Facebook does that, those little, hey, this is where you were in 2010. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden you see a picture with a friend that passed away 5 years ago, and you're like, damn, I haven't even thought about him in the last year. To me, that's one of the saddest things. Like, I don't want that to be me, bro. I want to live Vidal Sassoon shit, like Paul Mitchell shit, like that's what I want, B. That's what I want. And it don't even have to be that level. It could just be like my man said, in his community. It could just be in his community. Like, name a basketball court. Name a YMCA after me, B. You know what I mean? Like, name a barber school after me or something. Yo, that's what I want. Sure. And it's possible in this industry, man, because people have done it. People have done it. Vidal Sassoon was a household name. Paul Mitchell is a household name. You don't gotta know nothing about hair. You know who Paul Mitchell is, and you know who Vidal Sassoon is. Mario, why you doing this, bro? Why Mario just dropped the dub on me? And Mario knows what I'm talking about, man. We have this cloth talk all the time. We play around a lot, and we have a lot of fun when we're out and stuff. But we have these conversations all the time, man. Shit gets deep real quick, man, because sees it too, bro. Like we've been traveling together and seeing just the journey from when we first met, bro. Amorio, get beamed. The moment from when we first met at Brana, brother, to now. Think about the growth and think about if we continue this for the next 5 years. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. And here's what I expect. Here's what I expect. Here's what I expect. Everything that we're doing, you guys are seeing firsthand, and we're teaching you guys, and we're sharing with you guys, and we're trying to inspire everyone, and we're trying to tell everybody that there's room for everyone, right? And by saying that, like, there isn't a single $1 billion company in this industry. There's like 2 companies that are $500 million or better. But if you go to the fitness world, there's like $100 billion companies, bro. If you go to the makeup world, there's like, yo, Kylie just hit a billion and she's like 20 years old and she did it in like 2 years. Like when you look at any other industry, there's so many people winning. right? There's so many millionaires in every company, and I could tell you, I could probably name 5 people in this industry that are millionaires from barbering, and that's sad to me. That's sad to me. Where every other industry, it is countless. It is like a millionaire, like from makeup. Yeah, there's so many. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so anyways, that's the shit that I be thinking about. That's what I be talking about. So one of the things that I think too, man, um, yeah, yeah, for real. Um, one of the things that I talk about too and that I see is there's too much individualism. I don't even know if that's a word, but there's too many individuals, right? If I go to a hair show, if I go to a barber battle, right? I see 100 little booths everywhere. All right, so I'll give you an example. CT Barber Expo, uh, probably like 150 little booths. It looked like a little flea market, right? And no diss, but it looked like a little flea market, right? Sincere, thank you, appreciate it. Jay, thank you so much for this. Yo, y'all showing love tonight. But it looks like a whole bunch of little flea markets, right? And then you see the 245 booth when you